Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. You're listening to Source of Information. My name is Gilbert Franklin. You could always reach me at 954-667-4885. 954-667-4885. We have a lot to talk about today, so we're not going to waste too much time. I would like to take the opportunity to invite you guys on the 23rd of this month. It is a big to-do. We've reached a milestone. For me personally, ever since I started this business, I've been trying to reach a number of patients in this at the center in 4300 West Broward Boulevard in Plantation, Florida. So we've reached that milestone. So we're going to invite everyone to come out and celebrate with us, especially the one that's been there with us from the beginning. We would like to see you there. But give me a call, 954-667-4885, to make sure that your name is on the reservation list, and also for transportation. So we're looking forward to see everyone, especially those that were there from us from 2006 and have stuck with us all these years through thick and thin, and you still support us. So we want to show you, give you your flowers on that day, and express our gratitude to you. So bring your handkerchief, because it might be an emotional day. Anyway, now let's talk about other information. This morning, the new report came out in terms of the economy that for the first time since 2021, the inflation has gone below 3%. Now, you might ask yourself, why is he bringing me that information? Well, a lot of you are expecting an increase come January 1st. That increase will be announced on October 13th. So it's very likely that everyone that's receiving retirement benefits, disability benefits, SSI benefits, spousal benefits, child care benefits, survival benefits, you will receive an increase. I'm guessing it's not official yet, but I'm guessing you probably will receive an increase somewhere closer to 2.6%. Now, still 2.6% is not 8.7, but 2.6% is still an increase that you will be receiving. However, remember, whenever you get an increase, there's also an increase in the Part B premium. So expect that the Part B premium, I could tell you that it's going to be $185 come next year. And those of you, interesting thing, I like to share my experience with you guys. But those of you that's with me that we file for Medicaid for you or QMB for you, you don't have to worry about that $185. Because the state, we're going to file for you so that the state could pay that money for you. That's one. But, here's the thing. And what I'm hoping is that some of you who came to me to file for benefits for you, such as retirement benefits and Medicare, and afterward I filed it, you got your benefits, and afterward I don't hear from you. Or you say, well, I have my own doctor, I'm going to go to my own doctor. And usually I'll tell you that's fine. But I hope that you guys will come back and say, well, I want you to file for QMB for me. because at that time, let's say that we'll play it by ear, and when that time comes, to see if we will apply for QMB for you, because remember, those benefits are reserved to the member of the clinic. So we'll see. Since we do have someone there right now that is solely, that's what she does. So we may address this on a case-by-case basis. But we usually we hate to turn anybody away because we know the importance of having the QMB that's going to pay for the premium Part B for you. And also there's other benefits that you're going to get. Then you're going to be able to go in a plan that's going to be zero for everything. So there's a lot of saving that's involved in that. But you have to take into the consideration the work that's being done that we're sending to Department of Children and Family and Services for you, so that you could get those benefits. LIS, which is low-income subsidies. That's an application that has to be filed every year. So those of you that's not with me and that comes to me to help you this year, I may do it this year, but next year I won't be able to do it. Remember, the Part B premium, every time it's going to continue to increase. And you may not be eligible this year, but you may be eligible to receive it next year, because when they increase the Social Security amount, then they're going to increase the Part B premium. The low-income subsidies eligibility for 2025 definitely goes up. Throughout the week, I was going over the numbers for low-income subsidy, for SSI, for QMB, SlimB, and QI1. And you see the highest number for, which is QI1, in terms of benefits that covers the Part B premium for you, is $1,640 for an individual. So those numbers will increase, and those of you that's not eligible this year, you may be eligible next year. So you could always reach me for more information at 954-667-4885, 954-667-4885 for more information about that. And don't forget that we do open exercise for those of you that want to participate. And that aspect of the exercise, we're kind of generous about it, because you participating in a class that you have a personal trainer. So if you do want to participate, exercise is there at the center in Broward for Monday to Wednesday. Monday to Wednesday. So come in and join us. Big difference in the exercise. The people that's attending the exercise and the people that haven't been attending exercise, you see the big difference on the way they move around. So those are some of the things that we want to share with you. Let's talk about, I think for the remainder of the show, we're going to talk about, we want to talk about early retirement. We want to talk about early retirement because I had a gentleman yesterday that came to me, and it was late in the afternoon. And, I still think sometimes there's a misunderstanding and the information does not reach you fully. So we may, and that's why from time to time, we go back and go over the information that we're giving you to make sure that you have retained it, one, and to make sure that you understand the information to the point where you could share it with another person. So we're going to talk about low income subsidy. We'll talk about low income subsidy also, but mainly we're going to talk about early retirement and how does it what impact does it have on your benefits, and my recommendation also. We used to automatically somebody would come to me and said, I want to take my retirement early, and automatically I would say yes, no problem, I'll do it for you without asking you any question. And then 9 times out of 10, you would come back to me and said, you regret taking it because the money that you're receiving is not sufficient to take care of your financial needs. So now the way we do it, when you come to me and tell me that you want to take your Social Security retirement early, then we sit down and have a conversation with you. Is it something that you should be doing that right now? What is the purpose of doing it right now? Now, granted, it's your money. You could do whatever you want. But I think we have a duty to guide you properly. Because during an emotional time, because right now, we all are going through a tough times. And so what we're doing, we're trying to open different doors to find out where we could get a better solution. And the better solution sometimes it's not the ideal one, but we just want to find a quick fix right away. And the quick fix sometimes taking that benefits early may not be the best choice. For example, when you take it at the age, and we talking about if you've already taken it, we're not addressing you. We're talking about people that's was born in 1959 or 58. The people that's born in 1959, this year they're going to be 65. So let's address those people. If you decide to take it right now at the age of 65, first of all, your full retirement age is 66 and 10 months. Now, the best way I'm going to explain it to you, I'm going to try to condense it a bit and break it down to a point that it doesn't matter what your background is, you'll be able to understand how early retirement works and the reasoning behind whether you should take it now or later. Okay? Now, when you take it at the age of 62, the percentage goes down. So you get about 70%. So, of course, if you're getting 70% of what you should be getting, you lose. I have to be very careful how I word that, because the word losing is that it's something that is misplaced or taken from you, and you're not going to get it back. But that is not the case with when you take an early retirement. Because in actuality, what happened is that if we take example, those of you guys that's retiring at the age of 66, full retirement age 66 and 10 months. When you take that early retirement, you're actually getting a total of 70 checks more than the person that that waited for the retirement age, full retirement age, or as they call it, FRA. So the person that takes full retirement age, when you compare to someone who takes it at the age of 62, we're talking about a difference of 70 checks more. So it's that amount that they're giving you. They take that into consideration and said, okay, if this person is going to receive 70 check, now we have to reduce that amount that they're receiving by 30%. And so that's what they will be receiving. Now, normally I get a question about, so will the money that they took from me, will they pay me back? They didn't take no money from me. Actually, they gave you more money. So no, there's no money that you're going to get back. Okay? Do you already receive those payments in terms of 70 checks more that you're going to be receiving? So you could do the calculation. If they're giving you 70 checks more than you would normally receive, if you times that by the amount that you receive, you would find out the amount of money that they already fronted you. 305-945-1580, 305-945-1580. I would love to hear from you. If you have a question, I would love to hear from you. I am going to even make it to the point where you could ask a question in Creole and we'll still answer you. After all, this is a bilingual show and a bilingual station, and we'll take that into consideration also. So 70 checks more that you receive. So the answer is that no, when you reach that full retirement age, you're not going to get reimbursement for those money they're taking from you, because they've already fronted you that money. Now, the question that I spent a long time yesterday discussing with this gentleman is, first of all, when you come to me at the age of 65, the application, there's a lot of questions they have on the application. For example, how much money do you anticipate that you will be making for 2024? So if you anticipate that you're going to make, I'm going to throw some numbers out there. You're going to make $40,000. Now, if you're going to make $40,000, then we have an issue, because the income limit before they start holding money from you is $22,000. So you have about $18,000 more. So you made $18,000 above the income requirement for 2024. So now what they're going to do, remember, for every $2 you make above that amount, they're going to hold $1. So you made $18,000 more. So now you have $9,000 that you're going to have to pay back. Now, consider how you're going to do that. The easiest way for you for them to do it is to take it from your Social Security benefits. And they won't take a lump sum, but for the next 9 months, let's say for argument's sake, you are receiving $1,000 from Social Security. Well, for the next 9 months, you won't receive a check. After the 9 months, you will start receiving a check. So we're talking about, let's say, for example, starting in January. So the 9 months is September. So you will receive a check. The October check, you'll receive it in September. The November check, you'll receive it in October. It's always 1 month delay. So from October, November, December, you'll receive 3 checks for the whole year. Now, ideally, Social Security do not recommend that you take your benefits if they're going to have to pay you back or take that much money from you. You know, in a case like this, I'll do the application, I'll send it in, and then you'll get a call from them, and they're trying to convince you not to take it. Because they don't want to be fighting with you over your own money. So they'll hold back. They'll suggest that you take some time off and think about it before they will continue with your application. And they'll give you the reasoning behind it. Again, it's because that they are giving you payments which they're going to take back from you. So instead of doing it that way, they suggest, well, wait till you get apply when you're 65. Because under the year that you're going to reach 66, you could work and make $55,000 before they hold any money from you. So if we take those of you that was born in 1959, so this year you're 65, come next year you're 66. Well, this year you got a limit of 22,500. But come next year, you have a limit of 55,500. I may be off a cent or two on that number, but I could tell it's definitely 55. The last 3 numbers, I may be off a bit. So that same year, you could work and make $55,000 and a little change, and they will not hold any money for you. So I'm reminded of the conversation I had yesterday, and it took me a while to really in the exchange to get what I was trying to say across. So I felt it was necessary today to go over that part. Now, from 70 to 71, from 62, 63, 64, 65, for every year that you wait, that you don't take your benefit, the benefits increase by 6.5%. 6.5%. So that's something that's already calculated. So, for example, you could always exactly have an idea from the age from 62 to 63, for example. You know that your benefits is, and between those two, if you decided not to take it at 62 and go to 63, 6.5% increase that you will receive. And the 63 to 64, another 6.5. Over there, you're looking at 12, 13%. So it is worth it for you to simply, if you can, to wait it out. It's worth it to wait it out. because the difference in the 13%, it's a big deal. When you see the numbers from 67 to 70, it goes from 100% to 124%. Now, I usually give you an example. Who is taking their benefits at an early age, and the reasoning behind it. The vast majority of you that decide to go into retirement at an early age would be the number one person. The number one type of people would be those of you who was working up north, had a good job up north, and of course, if you're working for MTA, the state or federal government, then after 25 years you could get your retirement. So now you'll decide surely you'll decide to retire. I have a lot of friends that was working at MTA. I'm sorry, not MTA. As MTA is one of them. Let's give them their shout out to up north. But a lot of them was working in correction at Rikers Island, and they decided after that time come and to retire. But see, at that time, they could afford to take their early retirement because now they don't only have one source of income, they have two sources of income. So now at that point, they say, well, I could just sit back and take those benefits. 305-945-1580, 305-945-1580. So they could afford to take their benefits at that time. So that's the first type of people that's taking early retirement. Then you have another group of people. They are taking it because they are sick and they can continue to work. They can file for disability because the fact that they are eligible for retirement benefits, so they will push them towards the retirement benefits instead of awarding them the disability benefits. Because remember, disability usually pay higher than retirement. I think we'll take that break now, and we'll return in a minute. My name is Gilbert Franklin. We'll come back in a few seconds. We are back. That was a quick break. We have a lot to say today, so we are going to limit the break. So, yes, the third group of people that would take their retirement at an early age usually are people who are just tired of working. You know, they don't want to work anymore. You know, when they get up in the morning, their body is aching them, and excuse me, and they don't feel like getting up in the morning. It's very hard for them to get up in the morning. So they decided, well, And the reasoning behind it that I usually hear is that I don't know how much longer I'm going to live. I might as well take that benefits right now because I don't want to leave it for the government. Then we found out that there's something called survival benefits, which we could leave that benefits for our spouses. If we have a children that's on disability, we could leave that amount for them. Because then they'll issue a check to them every month. So they will receive their benefits. Before we didn't know about that. And now we do. 305-945-1580, 305-945-1580. When I have your participation in the show, it goes faster, it goes smoother, but most of all, we hear from you. When I see you, usually say, well, I've been listening. Say, call. Don't just listen, call, participate. If you don't understand something, call. Let me know you don't understand it. So I could find a better way of explaining it to you. It reminds me of that when I was in school. Depending on the teacher you had, the teacher will make the subject more interesting. I think I've explained to you guys when I was learning about Medicaid, and they threw on the board in front of me QMB, Slim B, and QI1. They really didn't help me appreciate the value of each of these benefits. And there's a lot of value in them. So that's why I need for you to call. So I could help you appreciate the value in those benefits that we talk about here. And how you could best utilize them. 305-945-1580. 305-945-1580. So that third person usually is usually probably easier to convince not to take it. Because when you ask them, can you work for another 3 or 4 years? Yeah, they probably could do another 3 or 4 years, but at this particular moment, they decided, well, it's not worth it, and we got to make it worth it, because when you look at the numbers and what's really going to make it worth it for you, and the worth comes in you understanding the amount that you would be receiving at each stage of your life at that time, and compared to what you'll be receiving when you take it at the age of 62, for example. So 100% versus 70%. So when somebody breaks it down to you like that, then you're like, well, I guess I could wait a little bit longer. And we're not talking a long time, 3 to 4 years. Which is roughly about 48 months. So you could wait 48 months. And especially now, the time go by so fast. At a blink of an eye, it's another day. So I think anybody that you sit down with, you need to ask question, the percentage that you'll be getting if you take it at the age of 62. We know a starting point. We know that at the age of 62 is 70%. So if you add 6.5% on top of that for every year that you don't take it, then you would have an idea of how much it increased and how much that you would be receiving. And that would help you make your decision much clearer. When you see those numbers in front of you. They usually send an estimate, a letter estimating how much that you would be receiving upon retirement, 62, 63, 64, and 65 years. It also tell you that your full retirement age is 66 and 10 months. For those of you that was born in 1959. But for those of you that's born in 1960 and up, your full retirement age is 67. So, if you know that 67, that's your full retirement age, then when they send that estimate to you, you go straight to 67 and you get an idea how much you'll be receiving. Again, it's an estimate. Because shortly when they send it also, that notification to you, they have a breakdown of how much you contribute to Social Security on a yearly basis. 305-945-1580, 305-945-1580. So it's a good tool. When you receive it in the mail, look at it. And then you have the ability to say, well, I could make a better decision now because I have the information in front of me. Information is key. And something like that, you need to have that information with you in order for you to make a better decision. Now, a lot of you guys talk about survival benefits. And the time that we have left, let's have a small discussion about that. Survival benefits is a benefit that's extremely important for you guys to know how it works, who's eligible for survival benefits, and what needs to happen for you to collect survival benefits. For survival benefits is when you have a spouse that passed away. Then the other spouse that's left behind with the children are entitled to receive benefits. And that those benefits could be collected on a monthly basis. So survival benefits is important. Not only that you will receive a monthly amount every month, but you're also going to receive, I think for some of you may be eligible for Medicare. I think if you're on disability, you'll receive a Medicare card. So, survival benefits, once that spouse passes away, then the next step for you to do is, by the way, you could only go to the Social Security office to apply for survival benefits. You can't come to me. I can't do it. But the agent at Social Security Administration Bureau is well equipped to take over that task. 305-945-1580, 305-945-1580. Now, the spouse that passed away, they would have to work at least 10 years and accumulate a total of 40 quarters in order for you to, the living spouse could receive those benefits. Now, if the living spouse is working and their income is above the income requirement, then he or she would not be receiving that benefits. However, the children will receive those benefits. 305-945-1580. I need one person to call me before the end of this show. Got 13 minutes left. I need one person. I need to hear from one person. I know there's more than one person. Well, I just got one. Like they say, ask, you shall receive. Hello, you on the air. Hello, you on the air. Oh, my apology. Hello, you on the air.
Hey, Mr. Kirkland.
Yes.
Yes. I just want to make an appointment with you.
Okay. When would you like to come? You take my cell number.
I'm sorry?
Take my cell number and give me a call, and we'll set it up during the week.
Okay. Give it to me.
954 667 4885.
I'm sorry?
4885.
4885.
That's correct.
4885.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's 954 667 4885.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for calling. I got one person.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. The information and oh, by the way, we are on live on Facebook and YouTube. We're on live on Facebook and YouTube. I want you to go and subscribe. WSRF 1580. Where is it? There it is. Let's go over here. WSRF 1580 AM. When you go on there, you could type that on the search bar, and source of information will come up. We have two shows on Wednesday that comes on live. And what I suggest is that you subscribe. There's a button on the bottom that says subscribe, or I always just say something like that in French. That press it, and every time we have a show, every time we're on live, they will send the show automatically to you. Now, the importance of doing that is also so that we have an idea who's watching. So we could make sure that you are getting the information on a weekly basis. And we also urge you to share it with a friend, share it with a family member, because this type of information, every single one of you are in need of that information. Every single one of you. You could always reach me on 954-667-4885, 954-667-4885, and I'll be more than happy to answer your question. If I need, if there's something you need more clarification on a topic that we discussed, then I encourage you to call. Because this is a unique opportunity. And what I mean by that, I hear from you all the time and said, nobody else is providing this type of information to you. Well, utilize every single opportunity that you could take advantage of right now when it comes down to this show. Whether is you call me to clarify something, whether it's you need more information about survival benefits, information about retirement benefits. Don't go to someone who doesn't have a clue. I've been doing this since 2006 at different stage. And to be honest with you, sometimes I sit down and I talk to some individual, and I just feel that they're not up to par, and it requires studying. It requires research. So research that you don't have to do, studying that you don't have to do when it comes down to that subject matter. So take advantage. Call me, 954-667-4885, 954-667-4885. We're going to be doing this for a long time. And, you know, the good thing about this subject matter is that it doesn't get old. It doesn't change. Yeah, there may be certain change when it comes down to your cost of living adjustment. And we will come on air and inform you about that. What to expect. Like on October 13th, we will come on air and we'll announce exactly what your increase is going to be. What percentage is it going to be? We know that Medicare Premium Part B is going to increase to $185. Hopefully, they manage by 2025. Inflation is manageable. So one area is good. The other area that you won't be getting an increase. But if you don't get an increase, then they can increase the monthly premium for Part B. So let's stay in touch. Call me. Let's keep that conversation going. I will always bring you new information in order to help you understand what you have. It's unique. Actually, you know, I didn't think that people in Haiti, we're going back to Haiti, didn't receive any pension. They have a similar system there. It's just that the amount that you're getting, it's not sufficient. And I don't have much time, but I'll get into that subject. That's why when you go apply for SSI, they're going to ask you if you get a pension. Of course, the ideal thing to do is to say, yes, I'm getting a pension. But right now, those pensions, you don't have access to it. So it's like you don't have a pension. I know people that, since the start of this kidnapping phenomenon, they haven't been to Haiti to collect those pension. Wow. So that's the way it is. That's how it is. And I don't think that the person that's sitting right across you would understand that. But again, we are living in a different world right now. Having said that, my last 5 minutes, I'm going to devote it to this season. We have roughly about less than, I think about 84 days left for one of the greatest election or consequential election that's about to happen for President of the United States. We have two individuals that you have to choose from. The the difference. Well, let me come straight with you. I think it's our community should understand that what this administration has done in terms of getting a lot of our family members, friends out of Haiti. Now, granted that a lot of good things or bad things that's being done right now or has been done, we'll find out about later. But right now, the choice is between Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. Well, I could tell you who I'm going for. I'm going for Kamala Harris. Because I think that under her administration, I have a better chance of somebody looking out for me than I do under Donald Trump. Now, there's a disclaimer that comes on. You know, I want to protect this radio station also. There is a disclaimer that comes on. Anything that comes out of my mouth, they're not responsible. This is my view. And that's exactly right. This is my view. And those of you that's listening to me, when it comes to November 5th, get your things in order. If you have not registered to vote, go register to vote. And I'm gonna make a special. I'm gonna reach out to those of you that have come to me over the years to apply for citizenship for you. Then, if you are asking for my recommendation, who you should vote for, and I would tell you to vote for Kamala Harris for president, and go down the ballot, vote for all Democrats when it comes down to 2024 election, so we could see a different face in that Oval Office. Well, my time is up. My name is Gilbert Franklin. You could always reach me at 954-667-4885, 954-667-4885. It's been a pleasure and an honor to bring this information to you. I love you guys. See you soon. Bye.